I was talking up to my kids last night, and they were cracking me up, and Zaya got in trouble for crying in the car because she wanted brownies, and she was throwing a little fit and all that, and then typical mama stuff. But I was thinking about my children, and I have a lot of friends with children, and sometimes as they grow older, they shift from the sweet little children, and they shift into something else. And mine are still young, so they still sweet. But I'm so scared of that sour. Here's what I know for sure: I'm not checking out on my kids though. And I've seen some people check out on their kids because maybe they don't always listen, or they don't do what they're supposed to, or you teach them lessons and they don't fully grasp it. We still have a job and a responsibility by God to take care of our children. They didn't ask to be here. It's not their fault if their father or their mother is not what you would like them to be, and your relationship is not. Your relationship and your parenting are two different things. And you have a responsibility to not check out on your kids. Don't bring them with you and just let them sit on their phone. Don't let them sit at the table and don't ask them how their day went. Find out what's going on with your kids, how they think, how they feel, what are they, how they dealing with peer pressure, how are they dealing with the things that they see in the media and in music. You got to ask them questions. Stay engaged with your children. Mine still want to watch Disney Channel, where Krista want to watch other stuff, so I have to check her phone, because as they get older, they shift. But the Bible says, train up a child in the way they should go, and when they are old, they will not depart. That means when they're young, they may act a fool. But if you've placed the right things on the inside of them, if you've disciplined them, if you've loved them, if you've challenged them to be their best, then you have the right to expect for them to act right and be right and do right. But at some point you have to give them over to God. But if you haven't put God inside of them, don't be surprised when that's not their go-to. If you let it be their option to pray, their option to go to church, their option to listen to gospel music, their option to watch what they want to watch, don't be surprised when they don't choose God, because you haven't placed it inside of them. Here's what I understand about discipline, and it says it in Hebrews 12:11. No discipline seems pleasant at the time, but painful. Later on, however, it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace for those who've been trained by it. So don't check out on your kids. Teach them to love Jesus. You can give them some liberties, but sometimes they just don't understand. You got to make sure that you raise them. But by all means, even when they're a little sour, don't check out on your kids. That's my faith walk for the day, ladies and gentlemen. Love you, and I mean it.